So I'm here to try to expand a little bit on what Daniel just said on his latest video about relationships. It can all be explained, well, not all of it, it can be partially explained through evolutionary theory, and by no means am I a professional in the field, nor in sociology or psychology or any of those things that can study human relationships with each other, but I have read books, and I think I have enough knowledge to apply to this video. So the first point I'd like to bring up is evolution. So we humans, and pretty much every other living thing on this planet, we are designed for just constant sex. Like, that's what we live, that's not what we live for as sentient beings, but that is what living things do. It is how we expand. And so, why are girls attached to these big, muscular, buff douchebags? And why are guys attracted to these girls with, humongous breasts and stuff like that? And it's all instinctual. It's because when you see a girl with very lush breasts, it's a sign of good health, unless it's plastic surgery. So yeah, it's good health, and because it is good health, it's a good chance of us passing on our genes to our offspring and have a better chance of their survival, which in our older years is pretty much what we live for. But this is all instinctual. It's not good health to starve yourself to death, but that's just something society places on women to make them seem beautiful, when it's actually pretty gross, in my opinion, when they're, super skinny, those really anorexic girls. Anyway, now these are some things we can do to change this kind of behavior. One, we can become aware. We need to educate the girls and guys, and tell them we're sentient beings. I mean, there's more to life than just sex, and they probably know that, but it's gonna take some work, but I think as a society we can overcome this instinctual thing that we have. We've overcome many other instinctual things that we've evolved from, so I think we can change this problem. I agree with what Daniel said about 15 minutes in. Do not change yourself, because if you give yourself a false version and you project it onto the world, it creates a whole delusion. It's all a complete delusion that can obviously fade away when you get further into the relationship, because you can't, like Daniel, when he went through the emo phase, I did the same thing because everyone else was doing it, and our instincts drive us to conformity of other people. So yeah, we conform, and now that we can be aware, we have a conscious, we can be conscious of things we're doing, we can be aware of this, and we can try to change our humanly instincts. So yeah, do not change yourself. That is probably the worst thing you can do, because it never works out. Now that we have the internet, there are far more pairs of people. You can find people online just because it's an internet relationship, or find people within your area on the internet. I mean, I'm not saying to do a long distance thing because that's the only thing that will work, but it's a good thing to meet people online, and that's selective breeding. And selective breeding is very good because relationships have a very higher rate if you two have something in common, or three, or whatever you're into. So yeah, that's what I think. Thank you for watching, and please reply to this, MrRepzion, and tell me what you think.